My name is Bamanya Brian from Uganda, East Africa. Uganda is a very beautiful country full of young people and youthful energy. Growing up, I always loved music. Eventually, I learned how to play the guitar for some years. And I also had a hobby in electronics, so I started tinkering with electronic circuits. I started building some, simple instruments, and that's how I ended up in electronic music and building my own instruments. When I figured that I wanted to build my own instruments, I looked around the internet and I discovered the world of modular synthesizers and AfroRack and all the formats that people are doing. I found it quite fascinating. But I decided that I was going to build my own instrument. I figured modular synthesizers are quite versatile in the sounds they produce. The range, the timbre, the tones, and all that. It's quite a unique instrument compared to something like a guitar. So I started building small circuits and experimenting with the knowledge I already had in electronics, and that's how I started building my own module. My instrument right now, as you can see, is called the AfroRack, of course, because we already have the AfroRack. So when I was done making my modular synthesizer, I needed a controller for it, and I got myself a BeatStep Pro by Arturia. I found the BeatStep to be the most affordable controller I could get myself, with the kind of features that it has. It has so many good features. First of all, it has a clock output, which I use to control my whole system. The clock comes to the clock divider, and I subdivide it into different divisions which control different rhythms. And it also has two sequencers which have get and pitch or CV information that's going to my modular synthesizer. So it's very versatile in what it does. And it has also the MIDI capabilities of, connecting with the computer, connecting with DAWs and other instruments through MIDI and USB. So it's quite a very versatile controller. So apart from the two sequencers, it also gives me a drum trigger, which has 8 outputs, which can control external drum machines or my own instruments right here. I have a kick going out on my first output on the drums. I have a hi-hat as well. And I have another sound which is a hi-hat, but which is made out of white noise, which sounds like that. Yeah, and I can control everything here. I can silence those sounds, keep the kick. Then I can bring in, the oscillator that does the best sound. Yeah, sounds like that. So I can also bring in the other sequencer, which has the percussions which are going. Sounds like that. So I can bring in the hi-hats again if I want. And I can control everything from here, from this one controller, because it's sending out my clocks and my sequencers and everything that is on this instrument. I can connect it here. And even if I wanted to connect to a computer, or I wanted to connect to, another instrument that takes in MIDI, I'm able to connect to this and, jam out.